The International Monetary Fund has used the platform of the 2025 annual lecture of the late IMF chief, Michel Camdesseau, to highlight the state of the global economy and the day-to-day challenges that policymakers face. Speaking a few hours ago at the Camdesseau lecture event in Washington, D.C., was the governor of the Bank of Korea and the IMF managing director. Let's listen to them.
Such as demographic transition, the forces that are shaping today continue to shape this region. He also was a pioneer in integrating surveillance and capacity development, which helped increase the ability of the fund to bring to our membership in the region very significant policy ideas and make them practice for the region. As governor of the Bank of Korea, Chang-yon was ahead of the curve in raising interest rates to curb inflation. And I want us all to pause and recognize how significant it was. Now, with hindsight, we all say this is what should have been done. He actually did it. And he skillfully steered the Bank of Korea through challenging times. I want to particularly recognize the credit crunch of 2022. What we will be listening to him today is his ability to turn vision into policy action in the institution. He brought the Bank of Korea to the forefront of pioneering work on digital money and on IA. He has also played a pivotal role as a board member at the Bank for International Settlements, where he chairs the Committee on the Global Financial System, very relevant for the work of the fund. He uses an interesting expression to define central banking. He says it is an art, one that can only be mastered through a judicial blend of economic rigor and pragmatic judgment. He has shown that it can be done. I fondly remember your days here at the fund. We went together on my first trip to Asia, to Thailand, and what I saw there was the immense respect policymakers had for you and for the way you led the fund to be of use to Thailand and to the broader region. Needless to say, we are all recognize here that for many countries in Asia, the fund is mostly affiliated with the East Asia crisis. Still, when I go to some of these countries, I would hear them talking about the IMF crisis. And I think that getting that incredible traction with the governments in the region when you were here is because of that immense art of knowledge, competence, and pragmatism, and care for engaging with our members.
When choosing today's topic, the integrated policy framework came to mind without much deliberation. As Paul Krugman noted, it shows IMF's surprising intellectual flexibility, and I believe the IPF is a significant achievement the fund can be proud of. As the director of the Asia Pacific Department, I witnessed this process very closely, observing the countless rigorous debate by the fund economists, research, MCM, and area department, and the difficult task of reconciling sharp differences among member countries. The IPF was built on the intellectual drive and insight of David Litton, Gita, and Tobias in the early stages, and it may not have become the fund's official view without two MDs, Christine and Kristalina, deep empathy for the challenges facing emerging market economies. Today, as a governor of the Bank of Korea, I plan to cover two issues. First, I will look back at how Korea and the IPF have evolved together. In other words, how the framework has guided Korea's policy development, and conversely, how our experience have helped shape the IPF itself.